giggle and laugh. Water. What are you listening to?
Oh, because there's something? Okay, hold on. There was a hockey game on? Is that what you were hearing?
There was something playing.
Can you hear anything now?
Yeah. Now I hear myself.
Okay. That's good then, right?
There, now I don't hear myself.
Is that... Wait. Are you good then?
Yeah, I could hear myself because I had the player open, so now everybody can hear us, and I could hear myself.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Wow. Okay.
I'm supposed to respond.
This
Hi,
looks
Doctor.
like it's good. And we are in. Hey, it's our heroes. Yes, it is.
I'm on puppy watch.
I am ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's do
As ready as I'm gonna be.
This week we talk about all the Who You Are filters on Instagram. Dan becomes obsessed with Disneyland live streams and we answer your questions. All this and more on a live episode of the CCMouse Podcast. You ought to get one take at this. Welcome to this week's episode of the CCMouse Podcast, everybody. We're good for your ears. This is what Jess looks like every time we start the podcast. I'm Dan and you can find me at RFS Dan.
And I'm Jess and you can find me at Gone to the Snow Dogs and Snow Dogs Vlogs.
I thought it was a good idea to eat a bunch of ramen, hot spicy ramen, like minutes before the podcast. I look like I have lipstick on.
You do.
Does it? Yeah, I
mean, you do have lipstick on. It just doesn't look that way.
It's Maruchan ramen, and whew, I'm sweating. There's only.
Truly to the rescue.
Yes. If there was snow outside, I would jump in it.
There's snow outside.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, here there's snow outside.
There's just palm trees here. You guys got snow?
Yeah, we supposedly have a winter storm warning, I guess. I don't know. They said we were going to get 2 to 4 inches, but we'll see. We'll see if that actually happens.
Have you guys been getting lower than average snow? Because we talked about it in October that you were going to have like record amount of snows because it snowed on Halloween. And now what?
I was really hoping we were going to have record amount of snow this year, and I was hoping we were going to have this really great winter for dog sledding and being out in the snow and not this disgusting mud we've had, but it's been interesting. You know, when I've like compared it and looked back at the last couple of years, it's been really hit or miss the last couple of years as well. So we have snow. We probably have 2 inches out there right now, which is nice. The dogs are pretty excited. You know, I don't know that there'll be enough to go sledding because tomorrow it's already supposed to be like 40, so it's all gonna melt.
Right.
So it's just sad. I would say I can't say if we have more or less because winter's not over yet, and there are times when we get no snow and then we get 3 feet all at one time, which makes up for all the no snow. So it's really hard to say.
You send some our way. We've just been having an overcast California weather. It's chilly, but it's
you had more snow than we have in the last couple of weeks.
We got 2 snows. I never knew what it was like to have 2 snows before today or before this year. It was crazy. We could have a 3rd snow, maybe. Maybe. Hey, any sign of more snow soon?
Then you ask Alexa. Alexa, is there snow in the forecast?
She's like, what do I know? So, Jess, now that we're all here, I want to officially say happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes. You've now reached another age bracket in a drop down when you fill out forms. How does that feel?
The same. I don't ever feel any different on my birthday. I know so many people, I think I just don't really care. Not that I don't care that it's my birthday. I mean, I care that it was my birthday, and I care because, birthday parties and cake and food
Right.
and people and stuff. But like when it comes to the actual age, I don't know. I don't think about it. I don't focus on it. So to me, it's like, it's just another day.
I still think that they should flip the age brackets around. I was just thinking, so the older ones are first, because I don't need to have more time taken out of my life to tell you how old I am. So it should be flipped around.
Start it a number. You just repeat the same number. Who was it? Corey. She just turned 39 again for the third year in a row.
Man, I'm gonna start having
that's
use
how
that
she gets
one.
by. She's like, I'm 39 for the third year in a row, because she had a birthday and Ashley had a birthday. We had a technically my birthday party last night, and everybody came over because it and I think I've talked about this before. A lot of my friends' wives' birthdays all fall at the same time.
Right.
Ashley's birthday is on the 1st, Corey's is on the 31st, so they all fall like right together. So yesterday, since it's after the holidays, we decided to have my birthday party and invited everybody over and had cake. And I don't know if I have a picture of this cake.
What's your ultimate cake?
The one I had yesterday.
That you do, like somebody from like a TV show made for you, or like that you got at Meijer?
I got it at Meijer.
Did you order it?
No, I didn't order it. I was gonna order a cake from Meijer. That was the plan. And then I forgot because, it's not like I'm not busy or anything. But I was going to order it because Jamie said he would do it. And I'm like, no, I'll do it because, just let me do it. So anyway, I went into Meijer and I was getting stuff for dinner to make dinner for everybody. And I'm like, totally forgot to order a cake. So I walked over to their whole little bakery area. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah, it looks like it looks like New Year's Eve happened all over the cake, and then after you guys were done celebrating at midnight, then you ate it.
It was called a chocolate cosmic brownie cake with chocolate buttercream frosting. So basically it was chocolate and brownies and chocolate with sprinkles on top.
Dang.
So I bought it. And it was unreal. And then I got Oreo ice cream because, that's just goes together. So everybody was really impressed by the cake. I tried to claim that I made it, but nobody believed me.
Yeah, right. When you pop that plastic lid off, they're like, wow, and you built that too?
I bought this on Amazon so I can make my own cakes with their own little containers.
Yeah, chocolate explosions, yes.
We had cake and ice cream, and then we played that game that I can't remember that you play.
Oh, the Jackbox.
Yeah, Jackbox. Quiplash. We played Quiplash and Fibbage, and my mom and dad were here, so we kind of showed them what the game was.
Yeah, how did they like it? How did the elders like being able to...
They were laughing.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't play because my mom's phone was dead. My dad doesn't actually have a smartphone, but they were laughing. It was pretty funny.
Kevin says, Jess, that makes me go into a diabetic coma.
Yeah.
Were you cutting thin slices?
Yeah, so Corey actually did it. I kept asking everybody, I'm like, who's really good at cutting cake? Because I'm not, and Greg's not, and Jamie's not. So, like, that eliminated the three of us. And Corey goes, I think I can do it. I'm like, okay. So she cut these really, like, tiny, thin slices, which was great because then you could just smash it up with your ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
You have this beautiful cake. Smash it with your ice cream.
Are you cake or pie?
Oh, both? Can I be both?
No, you can only be one or the other.
It depends. Hey, Aaron, thank you for the super chat.
Hi.
It depends on what kind, because if it's like chocolate cake and cherry pie, I'm going for the cake. But if it's chocolate cake and lemon pie, I'm going for the pie.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, real quick. Hi, thank you for the super chat, and I didn't know we could have emojis in our chat room. That's kind of That's cool.
That's new.
That is
YouTube
new.
just introduced the little super chat animated things, which are adorable.
I've been hooked on strawberry cake lately. I've been hooked on that like strawberry cake with that fake strawberry cake frosting, and I don't know, it just tastes good. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like cereal cake.
I'm not a strawberry like, I like strawberries, but like I don't like strawberry milkshake. I don't like strawberry ice cream, so I don't know that would be something I would like.
Yeah, but you're weird. You also hate like banana everything, right? Don't you
banana everything?
Don't
gross.
like everything banana? And what else do you eat? You hate something else too,
including bananas.
Including bananas themselves. I think bananas good. And anytime you see Banana Quick, if you guys out there see Banana Nestle Quick in a bottle, let me know. No. I haven't seen that in years. So much time has gone by since I've seen that. Zuma the puppy said, "Happy belated birthday. I am making you a video."
Woohoo!
All right. Don't forget to tag the podcast in it so we can see your video. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like banana. That's just no.
Becky said, "Strawberry cake is good with fresh, real strawberries." That is true too. That is true too.
I would probably just pick the strawberries off.
But I have a cake maker here, and she makes good cake. So, I mean pies. So I've had some pretty good fresh. I've had some pretty good fresh pies. Ooh, loaded questions coming in. Jess, how are those Red Wings doing?
I don't know. I quit watching.
It's okay. Good news.
I can't say I quit watching. We went to watch the game the other night, and it was not on the app that I specifically have to watch hockey. So I was kind of furious.
Which is weird because I was able to even watch it.
Yeah, it was the channel that it was on for some reason was blacked out, and then Steve sent me something about the app itself not renewing some contract, so that might be why. So I may have to get a different app.
It's okay. You didn't miss anything. Real quick before we get too far from it, Scotty says Amazon has Banana Quick powder. You know, I never thought to look there for that.
Yuck.
It's been 15 years or so since I've had it in like already made form. Yeah.
What do you do? Just put it in your milk and like.
You can, but all the times I've purchased it, it's been the ones with the little pull tab. You just drink it. It's like ready to go already. The only thing better than that is Yoo-Hoo, the drink of the gods.
I do like Yoo-Hoo.
Oh, can I see real quick? Crystal found it for me. Nestle Quick Banana Mix. How old is this thing though? That's the thing. How old is this? Because I haven't seen it in years, or it just doesn't come out to California. Man, it's $5.20 plus free shipping.
There you go.
Man,
do it.
This has been the best. This is the best day
This is
ever.
bananas.
Oh my god. Jess, everybody. Jess, you can find her at Gone to the Snow Dogs and at the Improv on Friday nights.
You should buy it, and then we should do another live stream when it shows up, and you should make it and try it.
Oh, we should. Except for I would just chug it down. I will say I was looking today when I was out after I did the live stream at the Walmart. I don't know if you were aware of that. I did like an hour-long live stream at the Walmart on Instagram.
Gosh, how are you not twitching?
It was fun. And afterwards, I tried to go by McDonald's to see if there was McRibs for the podcast, and there wasn't any. So we were really close to having a McRib off, or I don't know what you would call it. I was going to have the McBucket just in case I couldn't take it.
Yeah, I think they only had them for a little bit, and then I know they only had them here for a couple of weeks, and then they were gone.
Yeah, I think it's like, I think it travels around like the circus, and it's like this farm of whatever the McRib is, and they grow the McRibs, and they just take them around from town to town, and it's like, coming to a town near you, and then like, there's certain people that love the McRib so much that they want to go on tour, and they yeah, and they're like probably called the McRiblets, and they're like, man, what do you guys do? It's like, we go on tour with the McRibs, man, and it's like, yeah, like, you know, one day we were hanging out, and, you know, smoking in the back, and people really do that, I bet. So eventually it's going to come around to California again, and maybe I'll go on McTour with the McRiblets.
Oh my gosh. No, please no. That just sounds like a stomachache waiting to happen. Now everybody's talking about celery.
Aline said, I remember when McDonald's had banana shakes. I never had a banana shake from McDonald's. I haven't had a shake in a while. Shamrock shakes, yes, Kevin. But I haven't had any
Shamrock shakes are back right now, I think. I don't know if they're back at McDonald's yet. The Andy's Mint shakes are back at Arby's. I do know that.
Have you made a Shamrock shake since you worked there? Did you make Shamrock shakes?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the secret ingredients? Like, what are the Shamrocks?
I don't know. The best way to get a Shamrock shake is to order it half and half.
Yes, Jess. Oh, we got a super chat, everybody. Happy late birthday, Jess. And would you ever get a cat ever? Hold on. Let me answer this for you real quick, Jess, to keep you out of trouble. The answer is no. And I don't think Jess should have a cat. Like, I think that you would not get along with a cat. I think you guys would just butt heads. I do not think you should own a cat. I don't think you should own a cat.
I had a cat a long time ago. My first pet ever was a cat.
So as somebody that has 6 cats, which equal 1 dog, and then going out to hang out with you have a Memphis. That's a dog. That's a cat. It's yeah. You saw the picture on your Instagram yesterday of Eric picking up Memphis. That's just a bigger cat. They're all the cats in one. It's like a cat king all in one. So yeah, I mean, I guess you don't need a cat because you do have a built-in cat.
yeah, kind of do. Huskies really are a lot like cats. People, they say that they're a lot like cats, and they say that they're a lot like cats because they do a lot of cat-like things. Like they kind of keep themselves clean. They're a very clean dog. So, like cats are kind of more of a clean animal, they say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They have a lot of cat-like qualities. They can be very stubborn. My dogs don't necessarily knock things off of shelves with their paws, though. Maybe with their tails.
No.
That would be cute, though. Could you imagine that? Teaching a husky to just go around and knock things off the...
Yeah, except for it'd be more tragic. It'd be like a barroom fight where you just hear things just clear out.
Right.
For a while, and that's why you guys have asked before why there's baby locks in our cabinets. I think Mooch or one of the cats would go into the glasses and just sleep on the glasses and just I'm done, and just started pushing over pint glasses. Man, the cat's broken. Now I'm getting mad. The cat's broken so many of my pint glasses, guys. You don't understand. I had a green Gumby one. It was really cool. And it was Gumby, and the cat broke it. Didn't like Gumby. Wasn't a fan of Gumby. Oh man.
Cats crack me up.
Yes. Aaron with the super chat. Because you guys are awesome. Thank you for being you. Thank me. You're welcome, Dan.
Thank me for being I. Is that what you would say? Thank me for being I.
Yes.
Right?
PJ Vlogs.
PJ!
What's up? Glad you're able to stick around on a Sunday night.
Oh my gosh, it's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
Oh gosh. Sunday.
Dan, how do we send you mail? I don't know. I've had that asked a lot lately of where to send me mail.
Really?
Yes, I've had that happen a few times, especially around Christmas time. People wanted to send me stuff, but I didn't know. I was just giving them my home address. But then I saw this one show the other day on television, and it was a long time ago before they had the ring thing so I can't see who's out there first.
Right.
But it didn't end too well.
Yeah. I wouldn't give out your home address.
And of course you want my home address so you can come murder me. I know, I'm flattered. I'm flattered.
Yeah. They want to make it on TV.
Right? That's how you get the views. What was his final words were, like and subscribe!
This better go viral! Look at all these people are smarter than you. Don't give out your address.
Okay, no, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't know.
You could get a P.O. box.
Look, I'll meet you at the corner of 15th and I, and then we could have a chat up there. Unless you're sending me snacks. Are there snacks?
I get snacks in my P.O. box. I don't know how much a P.O. box is out there, but I have mine through the post office, and I think it's I want to say it's $50 a year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it wasn't that much, but I guess it's different based on where it's at. Somebody told me, because I had somebody tell me they pay $100 a year, but I just have the littlest box you can get.
Mm-hmm.
But people can send me whatever they want, and if the box you send doesn't fit in my P.O. box, I get a little yellow card in there, and then I got to go wait in line and give them the yellow card, and then they give me the boxes.
That makes sense, because I've seen it where they have the ones just for letters, but I'm like, what if somebody sends you a package? And I didn't even fathom in my small world of mine that they would just hold on to it until I went and picked it up. They're like, sorry, we can't fit it in there. We're gonna send it back. Yeah,
they put I get a little yellow card, and then I gotta walk up to the. We have at our P.O. box now. They also have lockers, which a lot of the bigger post offices have big lockers. So sometimes I'll open up my box and there'll be a key with a number, and then I gotta go to the locker and put the key in the locker and open the locker, and the box is in there. But because I'm there every day, they just keep everything in the back for me because it's easier.
Okay, I have another way we can get around this, and hear me out. What if I just give everybody my neighbor's address, and then he could just bring me the mail once a week, or I'll be out there. I'll just make sure I'm out there when he's out there. I'll run out there in the morning and just water the lawn, and be like, oh hey, and then he'll be like, oh, I got some mail for you. So maybe I should just do that. Maybe I just need a middleman.
Be cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I should do that. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out how to get you guys an address. I will. So Jess, what is with all these Instagram add-ons lately? Have you done any of these yet of those things over your head? And you're not gonna, are you? You're no Starbelly Sneech. I didn't think you were gonna even try one of those. I love them, and then I hated them, and then I loved them again.
I think a lot of people love them. I think if they were not just a random stop on anything, I think if they had like some type of not context, that's not the right word. Like if they like looked at anything, any type of face you were making and matched a face or something. I don't know.
Well, maybe they do.
They don't.
And I'll tell you why in a minute. But I did them. Can you guess what
Were
Star?
they right?
Okay, well you tell me. I think I was Ariel. Oh, I was doing it today at the live stream. I was at Walmart and I had my camera here and I didn't care, and I grabbed all the DVDs and then I kept putting different DVDs on my head, like it was switching them. And I think it also stopped on the Little Mermaid. And then I put them back. Don't worry, guys. I put down the live stream and I went and I put them all back. No, I put them all back on there. So yeah, it was fun. But I did see that Robin Williams' daughter Zelda did it.
Really?
Yeah, which is the raddest name ever. It did come up the genie.
Because she totally didn't do it like 7 times and film it all 7 times just until it landed on that one.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Wah, wah.
They're
Jess.
cute, but it's not real. The more fun ones are the ones where you actually do the quiz and you answer the questions, and then it comes back and it tells you you're this Disney character because you answered all these questions correctly.
Those ones suck too, okay?
Nuh-uh. You should find one. We should do it.
We should. They're all over BuzzFeed. There's this actual tab on BuzzFeed that's got quizzes, and I was looking for quizzes to like do stuff with you on the live stream. But you have to like click on them, so you have to kind of take them live. But there was a lot of quizzes. They're like, how many? Like, keep on going until you guess wrong for Star Wars characters. And I went for a while, and I'm like, I got this. Now there's some hard Star Wars characters out there.
Right.
Teen Pet Mom with the super chat says, "What dog breed would you get besides a husky?" Ooh, I want to answer that too.
Just a husky.
I know, but everybody owns the huskies. There's no more huskies because there's none available. So you have to go with option 2.
I think the questions that make me laugh the most are always, what's your favorite breed of dog besides a husky? The answer is a husky. And what breed of dog would you get besides a husky? The answer is a husky.
My mom always had
answer.
poodles. We always had poodles, like the little ones.
I grew up with St. Bernards. I don't want a St. Bernard. Jamie grew up with a Cocker Spaniel. He had a husky as a kid, too. He had a husky wolf mix as a kid, and he had a Cocker Spaniel. Those are the only 2 dogs I think he had as a kid, though. No, just huskies. I have to read that. Jess has ruined millions of children's lives. Why don't you believe in magic? I do believe in magic. I don't believe in fake apps.
You killed my story. There was like 2 more paragraphs to the story, and it was gonna lead into this big bit, and you just like went poof, poof, Dream big, everybody. Dream big.
No, that was good.
Poof. Mueller says, take the Sorting Hat quiz. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the movie, so I don't know. I would be Dumblepuff. I don't know. Whatever that is, Dumblepuff. I did a Back to the Future quiz. What were you? Were you Marty? Or were you...
Right?
It was Marty. The Penguins are losing. Oh my gosh, another deflator in the chat. Thanks, Steve. I'm Ravenclaw. That's made up. That's not even a thing. Isn't that a sports team? Didn't they beat the Patriots yesterday?
Don't you believe in magic?
Well, now that you've taken away 3/4 of the show, how about
How did I do that?
How about Justin Bieber's new single, Yummy? Have you heard that yet?
I was gonna say, why did you want to do the little above your head things?
No, because I don't know. I don't have that production value. I'm sorry. We should
What did
take.
you ask me?
We should take quizzes. We should find quizzes that are like the same of like who's what, and we should take them and see. They're always accurate though. These quizzes are always accurate.
We'll find one and I can take it on my phone.
It's always like, oh, you are the coolest. I'm like, I know, and it's like you are like the best lover. I'm like, yeah. It's like it's almost like a waste of time. I'm like, I should be like watching something else. I did see a Frozen quiz, but I think the answer was Olaf.
You haven't even seen Frozen yet, have you? It's
No,
on Disney.
I had this thing where the other day I was really mad that like I'm tired of waiting for things to come out. Like I just want it to all be done. So I'm waiting for Frozen 3 to come out before I watch all three Frozens. And hear me out. I watched a lot of Orange is the New Black. I tried to watch it the other day. It was like a year later. And like, I don't remember. I thought they all got out of prison. I don't recall. And then I tried to watch Stranger Things. And then I was like, why is there blood coming out of that girl's nose? Like it's in the world of like Fast, it's too long in between things. So I need to just wait until I don't know.
All there.
Yeah, but they're gonna end up franchising it like Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious 9's coming out. I know they're contracted through 10, but they could be Frozen 10. Frozen 10, Frostbite. Everybody's just sick of it. Yeah, everybody's just sick of it.
That's so funny.
Okay, let's see what the chat room has to say. Save us.
Save us. Save us. The song Yummy from Justin Bieber is so repetitive. Not a fan.
I know. So
I don't think I've heard it yet.
Justin Bieber's got his new song out called Yummy, Yummy, Yummy. 2010, it was Baby, Baby, Baby. 2015, it was Sorry, Sorry, Sorry. And 2020, it'll be the year of Yummy, Yummy, Yummy. I listened to it. I hate it, but I hate every song that I end up loving later. I was just complaining about somebody on the AMA Awards, and now I'm like, oh, that's in my ear all day long. So I think lately it's been Post Malone.
You hate Post Malone?
No, he's been in my ears, and I don't hate Post Malone. That guy's been having the greatest time of his life. Have you been seeing him on TikTok?
Oh, I love Post Malone.
Man.
I love watching what he does and his Instagram and his TikToks.
He's so
and his
happy
Twitter.
right now.
When I saw some of those videos that he did with Jesse Wellens on YouTube, when Jesse got him that bike, and that was like, I don't know, I saw that, and that was the moment where I'm like, I liked his music, but then I saw that, and I'm like, no, now I really like this guy. And then I saw a video on, I don't remember where I saw it, but these ladies were out to lunch, and Post Malone was having lunch at the same place they were, and they asked for an autograph, and he like got up from his table, came to their table, and started giving all of them autographs and talking to them and making jokes. And like, he didn't have to do that. He could have just ignored them. You know, he was trying to enjoy his lunch, but he actually got up and went over there and was just smiling and having the time of his life. And I'm like, what a genuine person. That was really cool. And I liked, what was it, the music awards where he was dancing to the Taylor Swift song, just having a great old time.
Yeah, I
like him.
That's what I like to see when you're like successful. Like at least enjoy having no stress.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't say he has no stress.
I mean, really though, how do you like fear anything after you look like you've fallen asleep out of a party and all your buddies have drawn all over your face?
Right.
Maybe that's the ticket. Maybe I need some RFS stands under here.
Well, you could just take a magic marker and draw it on there and see how it goes for a while.
Like Cool Ice Guy. Hey, what was the name of that Mr. Cool Ice? Is that... Yeah, you guys should Google Mr. Cool Ice in another tab and see Mr. Cool Ice. It's this guy, and all he has is fat fonts, Mr. Cool Ice, and Mr. Cool Ice, and Mr. Cool Ice, and he's got more Mr. Cool Ices all over him. Ooh, this is a throwback. Than GoldenPalace.com. Remember when everything was GoldenPalace.com? They were paying bums that tattooed on their heads, or that pregnant lady that had GoldenPalace.com written on their... I still to this day don't even know what GoldenPalace.com is.
Do you remember the $1 Million homepage?
Yes, were you with the little square where you could buy a pixel? Okay.
Yep, where the guy made $1 million by selling pixels on his homepage.
There's Mr. Cool Ice. Don't forget that his name is Mr. Cool Ice. I think he goes around to schools as like a motivational speaker or something like that, and like, yeah, yes.
Wow. Huh.
I love hearing about celebrities that are down to earth. Me too.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it that kind of just makes you go, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's always nice when you see somebody that would enjoy it, probably like you would if you were in that position.
Right.
But he does look wrecked every day.
Yeah,
he does.
He kind of does.
He does. Okay, so that was
I got dog hair in my mouth.
Did you finish watching The Mandalorian?
No. I haven't watched The Mandalorian. Haven't finished watching The Mandalorian. Haven't watched Togo. Watched Letterkenny the other day because I just wanted to laugh, and sure enough, I laughed. What did we watch? We watched something else the other day. I don't remember what it was, but we were gonna watch The Mandalorian, and then I'm like, if we watch The Mandalorian, I'm gonna want to finish it, and then we're gonna be up forever. So we didn't finish watching it yet.
It's okay. You're not like it was good. It was good. Like,
oh,
okay,
yeah.
no, actually, there was this one because I think Jon Favreau's writing it, or he's directing it. But there was this one really good scene, a stormtrooper scene in one of the episodes that's good. So yes, you do have to get to the end of it. I have not seen The Witcher, although I did see that it was getting better ratings. It got higher ratings than Mandalorian, which is crazy.
Well, that's because The Witcher is on Netflix, and more people are subscribed to Netflix. So of course, more people are gonna see it than The Mandalorian. I saw that the other day, and I'm like, statistics, you guys, that doesn't work.
Right? I guess you're
It's
right.
really
on that.
easy to say more people have watched this. 50 million people have subscribed to Netflix. And of those 50 million people, 40 million people have watched it. So more people have watched this than Mandalorian. Yeah, but only 10 million people have subscribed to Disney Plus. So math. Just saying.
that is true. I think I might try to watch it. I'm ready to move on from my really hard breakup with Game of Thrones. Like after that, like I did not want to date another medieval television show for some time after that. But I think I'm ready to get back in the market. I think I'm ready to like let go and watch The Witcher. Everybody's doing it.
Watch Carnival Row.
Oh, people like that one too as well.
Watch that before The Witcher.
And yes, Steve, I was talking about that scene. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do that. My life so far with the super chat. Sometimes they're gold. I like the gold ones. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks for making awesome podcasts every week. Ooh, you're welcome. I listen while I drive for work, and it helps. Keeps me focused, entertained while out on the road. Sorry, it was just scrolling up. I'm trying to read it before it goes off. I'm like, oh,
I can tell. You're
teleprompter
like,
job on my backstage thing. Check or uncheck. You know what? Thanks for letting me know that you're driving on the road when we podcast. I'll make sure not to make any screeching sounds or loud things that'll make you like jerk out of your lane.
I thought you were gonna say I won't have any flashing lights because you can't see them anyway.
Yeah, right. Unless you drive one of those smart cars and you're just kicking back. This is how everybody drives their Tesla now.
Yeah, because they're watching Netflix.
Can you do it? Can you get behind that? Are you chilling in the car or hopping in the back seat making yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich while your smart car is taking you to the mire?
I don't know, but my cousin's coming up this weekend, so I might get to ride in his Tesla if he brings his Tesla, and I'll make sure to vlog it, and I'll tell you how comfortable I feel with somebody without their hands on a steering wheel.
Wow, what would the name of that title be? Backwoods tries Tesla.
I don't know if they're bringing their Tesla. I don't know if that's what he's bringing.
He better.
I should message
He
him
better.
and tell-
He can't.
Well, his wife has a Jeep, so
She wants to show off her Jeep.
I mean, we want to go Jeeping.
Yeah,
we
but
can take our Jeep.
yeah, take your Jeep, and you can. And then you gotta have the Tesla.
They want to go to the Snowdrift rally
Oh, where's that at? You guys have those?
in Atlanta. Yeah, it's in Atlanta. We haven't gone in a couple of years, but they messaged me last weekend, and he was like, we were gonna come up and we were gonna go to the Snowdrift rally, and I offered to let him stay here, but I think they got an Airbnb. She wanted to get an Airbnb. But they're going to go to the Snowdrift Rally. So we might actually go to the Snowdrift Rally and take some video and go over there and do that.
Wait, so
I have a feeling she'll bring her Jeep.
So you guys on the sleds like drift around the corners and stuff? Like
Oh, it's rally cars.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I don't know if that's like well, I don't know. It could be anything.
It's rally cars.
Okay. Those things
Hey,
are
why
kinda
is my battery running low?
On what? On your
My computer.
That's okay. I have this solo shot here without you, and so I can just go ahead and eliminate you altogether if you go dark. So no worries. You should probably go plug in though. Oh, look, she did die. Oh, okay. Well, we'll wait for just to get back. Reconnection, the network connection is poor. We'll see what happens. Dan is a savage. That could be a good and a bad thing, but thank you or hey. We love rally. We would like to see it in real life. I was watching rally cars earlier actually on there. I saw like Travis Pastrana was racing and some of the other guys. I thought that was kind of cool. Rally cars rock, yes. Oh, did Jess come back? Are you back, Jess? Dan is Elsa. That's who I would be? That's who I would be? She's the lead. She's like the lead singer for Frozen, right? Dan's podcast takeover. Break out the White Claw. Don't mind if I do, Zach. I wonder what happened to Jess. Maybe snow fell on their wires and then it knocked the wires out. Maybe their power went out. Nah, Dan is Stitch. Is that who I would be? What Disney character would I be? I'd be Stitch. He's kind of cool. He's kind of cool. When it was Halloween and we were at, or when it was Halloween and I was in Michigan, we were talking about how, well, actually Jamie was talking about how always the power goes out at their house and it's common and it just stays out all night. And I was all like, man, I really don't want the power to go out here. Like that sucks. So I wasn't concerned, but I was waiting and they act like it's no big deal. It's like, oh, the power just goes out like all night long. No big deal. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't want that to happen. Like I need to charge my cameras and warm my hands over the Wi-Fi. But fortunately it didn't go out. There was a lot of snow on the trees and the trees were all smashed down, but the power did not go out. I love the Skype sound. This is the... I always kind of let it go on. Sorry about that. I was jamming out to your Skype music.
I could tell. I could see you on the live stream.
Oh, okay.
Apparently when I plugged my computer in, the other part of the plug didn't actually plug in.
That's okay. It happens. It happens.
We fisted it.
So I went and got these colored lights because I try to make the color pop in the background here.
Right.
But it's just not working out. I do love, though, I liked your lights because your lights, I don't know, I think your lights were just brighter or something. Your lights, like, you were able to, like, change the whole color of your house. And I thought that 2 light bulbs was just going to change the whole color of my house. But when I put colors on, see, I can make it, like, go to colors, but you can't really see what's going on.
Oh, yeah, you kind of can.
A little bit. So you can, like, make it do different colors. But I do like the fact that you can control it with your phones. The Jetsons never did that.
The Jetsons never did that.
No. And I was waiting. We're getting closer to the Jetsons. I was waiting for there to be like flat screens, and then there was. Remember when there was no flat screens?
Yes.
You know? Or remember when the first flat screens came out, and it wasn't really like it was a flat screen literally, but like it still had a big box behind it. But you had to like sit straight on like it was a 3D movie. You couldn't like be on the sides because you couldn't see anything. It really sucked. It was almost like it was like polarized, and you just couldn't see through it. They're almost ready for you to have just those rollout sheets. Have you seen those? Those rollout sheets? I ready for those.
I looked at a TV the other day that was one of those like super like paper thin TVs, and that's the first thing I thought is eventually you're just going to be able to like roll it down and roll it up, but instead of being projection, it'll actually be a, you know, like an actual TV, which is just crazy.
I'm ready for the walls just to be that. I'm ready just to like start dragging stuff to walls and just stretch an open thing and just edit videos off the wall. I'm ready for that. The one thing that I'm missing though from the Jetsons is those, like I said before, those hands. Just those hands with I think the white gloves on it.
Right.
They would go on the conveyor belt and it would do their hair, or it would like get them dressed and it would always come out backwards.
Need somebody to do all that stuff for you.
Yeah. Can we get a dog update? Everybody's asking, where's like Memphis? Where's Memphis at? What's
Upstairs.
she up to? Chilling?
Yeah, they're both upstairs.
We used to have a 52-inch box TV, weighed 100 pounds. We had one, and you can go back in our old videos and you can see them. It was 4 feet tall. It was 2 feet deep. It had caster wheels on it to get it around, and
right.
Man, it had those guns in there that shot on a big mirror and it reflected back onto the screen. Yeah. The one that I tried to get rid of the other day out of that back room weighed like 80 pounds, and I was carrying it like the trash man was carrying Oscar the Grouch in Sesame Street out into the curb, and oh man, that was bad news. That was bad news. Jess, your lights remind me of the Northern Lights. Oh,
the ones behind me?
Yeah.
That's that Halloween light. It fell over, and I couldn't get it to sit back right, so it actually projected on the whole wall, but it still kind of looks cool.
I tried to go and get one of those, and they're not in season right now. You can't really find those anywhere. And I tried to ask the lady, and she's all, honey, you too late. And I'm like, oh, man, okay. You can get them online on Amazon.
Yeah, I got the Halloween one on clearance, and it's actually got a bunch of little slides I can stick in it, so it can have like a pumpkin on it or a skeleton or a bunch of different things. But I just took the thing off of it and shined it on the wall back there.
I like that. That looks like you. That's good. I
liked it. I thought it was neat.
I just have light up pictures.
If I end up moving the whole office stuff back up to the office, then I have all of those I don't know what they're called. Not rope lights. Strip lights. All the strip lights that I can change different colors and stuff that are all up there. So
those
I'll be able
look
to have
cool.
all kinds of cool LED strip lights.
I just want my house to look like a disco tech. Like, I just want it to be all shiny and just like the balls spinning.
I love that I can be like, change the room to Arctic Aurora. Change the room to sunset.
Yes, mine has presets on them too, and they all stink. It says rave, and it just flashes from one color to the next. I'm like, that's not a rave. That's not a rave. And the other one says rainbow, and it cycles through the colors as fast as it can. I'm like, dude, slow down, man. It's a rainbow. Like, the rainbows aren't fast.
Right?
Slow down. Abby says, Dan, do you like Truly more than White Claw now? Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe it has more flavor.
I told you it had more flavor.
I did see there was like 6 or 7 more brands. How do we venture out? Are we brave enough to try new things?
To try a different brand? I did when I was at Meijer the other day. I saw there was some weird pineapple something smoothie beer that I almost bought, and a sour beer and a question mark beer that I was gonna buy yesterday.
Beer. You didn't get the question mark beer after all?
I didn't buy any of them because I was like, I don't know if anybody will drink these. Because I figured everybody would try them, but I don't know if anybody would actually drink them.
Oh. Yeah, I thought you got that one for sure. I'm drinking bubbly right now. It's weird because I don't... Bubbly. I don't want to drink La Croix. I don't want to drink that, but I like this. Steve says, Bush. No, it's still too expensive here. It's like...
Bush is too expensive there?
Bush is expensive, and so is Pabst.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Jess, your birthday's video is ready, and I tagged you in the podcast. Wow, that showed up quicker than pizza.
Wow,
that's
check it out after.
That's quick. Dan will always be an Apple man. I mean, for my phone, like, I love my phone, but I don't have like any Apple computers. Blake does. Blake's got some expensive MacBook the other day. He was like sitting on his bed with it. I'm like, where'd you get that at? And I don't know, he's like college money or something like that. But he's got a really nice Mac. PBR expensive? Wow. Yeah, Shannon. It's because everybody loves PBR. I have my shirt on today. My drunk gaming shirt.
I have a controller that looks like that's hooked up to my Switch.
Is it?
Yeah.
I love my Switch.
I had to plug them in so it could charge because I got the 2 classic classic NES controllers and the SNES controllers.
That's
and
right.
Then
have you used them?
When John Matthew, I haven't used him yet. I charged him yesterday. When John Matthew was here yesterday, he was running around, and I handed him one of the controllers. I told my brother, I'm like, just let him run around with that. If he drops it, that's okay. Teach him how to play young.
Right. Start him young on Mario.
Yep.
What games do you play on Switch? Mario Kart? A lot of Mario Kart. We've been playing a lot of Mario Kart.
And Catan.
You've been playing a lot of Catan.
I play a lot of Catan. I got Spyro, but I haven't played it yet. I need to get a Switch dock for upstairs. So that, because I'll plug my Switch in down here to charge it faster, and then it's down here, and then I'm upstairs, and I'm like,
they're so expensive.
Oh, you can get them on Amazon for like $30.
Yeah, but it's just a chunk of plastic.
Well, if you buy the Nintendo brand one, they're like $80.
Splatoon 2 is a good one. I haven't played Splatoon, but that looks fun. I don't think you would play that. You don't like any of those games. That's not your style of games.
I've heard that from a lot of people that that's a good game.
It's cool. It's a different take on. You need to play Spyro. See, there you go.
Yeah, I do. I have Spyro. I just got it, but I haven't played it yet. What else did we get? We got Diablo 3 for the Switch, which we were going to play because I guess you can play it 4-player locally.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can also play it online.
You can play it 4-player all on one screen, which is really cool. So you can have everybody there and just all on one controller, or each has a controller and everything's on screen. It's not split screen, so it makes it so much easier. It just keeps zooming out, and everybody walks away. It just keeps zooming out. So I like that. Blake and I played that one for a long time. So if you had friends over, that game's fun.
Right.
You don't have to use a mouse and a keyboard.
Right.
I love playing
we
the
got
new
that.
Mario Kart. Yes, Mario
and
Kart.
we play a lot of Mario Party here as well.
Ooh, Steve says people have bricked their Switches using third-party docks.
Yeah, I've read that a couple times, but the one I was looking at had 5 stars, and nobody seemed to have had that issue. So
I've done a lot of console surgeries and been around a lot of console surgeries, and I've never seen. Fortunately, I haven't had really many of them brick, especially in a long time. I play PlayStation. Blake has a PlayStation 2. Another thing he just showed up with the other day. He came in with the box. It was a PlayStation 4 or whatever, or 15. I don't know whatever they're on.
Or 15.
But their controllers were really nice. I did like those controllers.
Crash Bandicoot.
We have Crash Bandicoot, and I can't play it no more. I can't. I don't like the way it goes through the levels. I don't like it. I don't like Crash. I'm sorry. I've said it. There, I said it. I don't like Crash Bandicoot.
I have Pokemon Eevee. I don't have Sword and Shield yet.
I have Zelda Link to the Past, and I have Gaia 5, and I do have I could probably play with you guys. I do have Diablo. I have Skyrim. Skyrim's good.
Are you gonna get Animal Crossing?
No. I played it once, and it's okay. I have it on like the little DS thing. No, because I don't like Tom Nook. Who out there doesn't like Tom Nook? Please. He's always stands in your way when you try to get to the stuff. Have you played that game? He's a storekeeper, and you have to shove by him to get to the stuff to buy with your rupees or whatever. Right. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like him at all. So lately, Jess, I've been addicted to amusement park live streams. I don't know. I fell down the rabbit hole of just watching regular videos and clips, and then it turned into people's edited videos of theme parks, and then I've gone to using so much that now I'm watching live streams
of Disneyland.
There was one on New Year that was pretty good, and
which is funny because I tend to watch. I've been watching a lot of theme park, like, because I like the abandoned shows, so I've been watching a lot of like the abandoned theme parks and the roller coasters that don't exist anymore, the history of the roller coasters that they've taken out of parks, and like, did they get moved to a different park or did they just get rid of it altogether? I've been watching a lot of roller coaster videos, so apparently we need to go to a theme park.
Yes, definitely. But I've been totally enjoying the live stream people, and it was these people, and that's just what they kind of do. But it's not every day. Where's the everyday person? I need the 7-day-a-week person to go to the amusement parks.
Could you imagine what that would cost?
It didn't matter. I watched them make $300, $400, $500. It was super chat after super chat after. It was just blue. It was just blue, and it was just donations, and everybody was donating a heck of a lot of money, and that part I don't care, but they were at Disneyland, and I thought it was really super cool. But so I was watching it.
When you go to Disneyland and you're live streaming and you're like, hey, if you want me to buy this blue milk and try it, it costs this much money. Now you have to give me this much money for me to do it. Can we do that?
And you could pause. Like, I would just stop walking. Yeah. If you want me to continue, please put in another $5. And if they don't, I just sit there until like at the end of the night where they come and they just take you out. And like, oh, see you later. I can just pretend to lock up. I think it would be pretty cool. The first time I was watching a live stream, it wasn't live. Like, I was just watching one of the replays, and we were standing in line for like Space Mountain or something for 40 minutes, and I was like, wait a minute. I can fast forward through this line. And I was just like, and I noticed so many people were coming up to him and talking to him and stuff like that. I think that would be fun.
It would be really neat. I mean, they say you can, there are a lot of people that actually do that and make quite a bit doing it. There's your new job. You can be a theme park hopper.
Here's the thing. Will I get tired of it?
No.
Like, what happens if I'm just like burnt out? I was looking to work.
Do you know how many different theme parks there are? You could be a theme park hopper. It doesn't just have to be Disneyland. you could like go to Disneyland and then Busch Gardens and then whatever that other place is, Universal Studios, and then you could go to the next state over and go to all their theme parks. And you could go to Cedar Point, and you could go to Kings Island, and you could just go from park to park to park. But you'd have to, like, in the wintertime, stay on your side of the country, and then in the summertime, come to, like, my side of the country because all the parks are open because it's not winter. So, like, you can only be in, like, this part of the country in the wintertime and then this part of the country in the summertime.
So I could live there. We could, like, stay overnight. How long until this is not a thing anymore? How long until, like, remember how, like, at Disneyland, selfie sticks were all the rage, and now you can't have a selfie stick at Disneyland? How long until they're not going to let you live stream in Disneyland? Because do they have the right to do that?
You can live stream in a lot of the parks. Disneyland is, like, really open about it. Like, Cedar Point, you are not allowed to have a phone or a camera or anything in your hand whenever you get on the rides. But I think that when it comes to the theme parks, like the rides at Disneyland that we went on, they're not fast moving. It's not really a big deal. The rides at Cedar Point, if you try to hold something in your hand and it flies out, you're going to hurt somebody. So, like, Cedar Point, you could probably get away with doing a live stream and doing all that stuff, but not riding rides while doing it. And I think Disneyland just promotes it because what does it do? How bad do you want to go to Disneyland now, Dan?
Really bad. Like, I was twatting about it, and I never tweet.
And that's the thing. Like, I think Disneyland knows that. It's kind of like people that stream video games. A lot of the video game companies were like, this is a good thing because people are going to want to play these games.
Yeah, okay, so maybe they won't stop it anytime soon. I thought it was cool. I got busted one time, and I didn't know. I got busted at Universal Studio. I went there once. We took Blake there when he was like 8. And we went through some Walking Dead thing or something like that. And apparently you weren't supposed to have any photography at all. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I was just like vlogging, like a normal vlogging. I was running through it, and they were like mad at me and stuff. And they're like, look at the sign. And like he pointed at the sky, and the sign, there was a sign up there, but I didn't see it. I didn't look up. I paid a lot of money to be there. I don't want to look up. Right. And so they were mad at me for that. So I get it.
Yeah, we had at Cedar Point the one time, we were on the lift for, I believe it was Magnum. I'm not sure, but Jamie pulled the camera out of his pocket and took a picture because it was a really cool picture of the park. And when we got back to the train station, from the cart, they actually pulled us aside and told us we had to delete all the footage off of our camera or we would have to leave the park.
Oh, did you pretend to delete it? Did you go like, oh, bleep, bloop, bloop, bleep, bloop?
That's what he did.
Wow. Yeah, I watched this documentary, this guy that got to go to North Korea and hang out, and then when he came back through, they were talking about how they were going to make him delete his cards, but his camera had 2 in there. Dang, right? You got shook down? You got shook down just like that?
Yep.
My life so far with the super chat says, Jess, you should do a meetup at Cedar Point like you used to do with the YouTube group and bring Dan.
Dan would have to bring himself.
It's been a long time since I've been on a roller coaster. Space Mountain felt good though. Space Mountain did feel pretty good. Crystal's been wanting to go to Magic Mountain, but last time I drove past Magic Mountain, it was so sun faded that like it made me scared. Yeah. It made me scared. So I don't know. Cedar Point's pretty gnarly though, right?
Cedar Point's amazing. It's one of my New Year's resolutions is to go to Cedar Point this year. I figured that's a good resolution. I'm pretty sure I can make that one happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can too.
We haven't gone in the past 3 years, because we used to do, like My Life So Far said, we used to do that gathering there for creators. Like anybody that had a creator, I had that creator group for Michigan and the surrounding states, so we would host a gathering there, and it was really fun. We made some really good friends that I'm still friends with to this day while we were doing that. And then I think it was when after Oakley bloated, we didn't go again because we just didn't want to leave her for that long. Right. So we kind of quit doing it. And then it was like the next year we're like, oh, we're going to do it. And the other thing that was really cool about it was I always tried to do it right around my wedding anniversary. So it was like, hey, can we go to Cedar Point for our anniversary? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to invite all these other people too. Okay. And it just became like, it's our wedding anniversary. We're going away for the weekend and we're going to Cedar Point. And it worked out really good. And it was usually the first weekend of Halloween at Cedar Point. Because Cedar Point closes, and they close for 2 weeks, and they redo the entire park, and they open 2 weeks after that, and the whole park is done up in Halloween. And, like, I was really excited to be at Disneyland for Halloween because I expected Halloween stuff. Disneyland is a horrible job. Like, Disneyland, that was horrible. The Haunted Mansion was really great done up for Halloween, but the rest of the park, Cedar Point, is totally different. There's pumpkins everywhere, and they have all these like intricate carved pumpkins, and there's like dinosaur and dragon shapes, and it's so fun. It's so cool. And then they have, I think there's 4 or 5 outdoor scare zones, and then they transform a bunch of places into actual walk-through haunted houses that you go through, and those start at like 4 o'clock at night. But the whole park, they have a graveyard with tombstones of all the old rides from that used to be at Cedar Point that are no longer there. They all have gravestones with the names on them, like the Witch's Wheel and the Demon Drop, and it's so cool. So I always really liked going. I really want to do it again this year, so I think it'll happen.
I think you can make that happen.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you can make that happen.
I don't think I'll make a YouTube gathering. I think just anybody that wants to go with us can go with us, but I think we should go.
Zach said, I vlogged a bit. You can hear the sound of my people, by the way. I don't know if you can hear the sirens. The whole time you were talking, I had it turned down, and I was just like, please just go by. And they did. But this is wave number 2 going by, and you guys all can just suffer with me. Zach said, I vlogged in a mall in Halifax one time. Oh, the home of Goon. And the old security dude told me it is against the law. Okay, boomer. I've only been told once, I think, that I can't film in a place. And it was at the Super Mercata Vallarta up the street there. And it's a huge, like, Mexican food market. And then the dude just came up to me and he's like, no. And he had a gun. So I was like, okay, that's fine.
You win.
I've vlogged in there since, but, like, he told me no. Otherwise, I haven't. Have you ever been told that you couldn't vlog anywhere?
Really, just Cedar Point. I don't really think there was anywhere else where, like, I've ever had anybody tell me to turn the camera off. Not that I can think of off the top of my head, so. I
used to get scared at our supermarket because there was a camera. It was like a little vlogger guy, and it was like 0 with a slash through. It was a Ghostbuster logo on top of it. It's like, you can't do that, and I'd get scared, but I would just do it anyway. Like, I didn't care. I remember watching old CTFXC videos, and every now and then they would come out of stores and stuff, and Allie would come out, and she'd be all angry. She'd be all angry because they would tell her that she couldn't vlog in the store.
Right.
Yeah, I've been pretty good so far. Nobody's really done that. Oh, I know what happened. One time we were at the Poppy Festival at the city park, and there was these like swings that you'd hook to a tree, or it had an A-frame or whatever, and it looked pretty comfortable. And it was like just kind of an outside swing thing that you and I would just kind of relax on while we're sipping on lemonade and sitting on our porch. And they were really strict on, they didn't want anybody to see it or anything because they didn't want their patent to get out, or they didn't so they were like coming over like, no, and I'm like, that's weird.
That it is strict. I think it's more common now than it used to be too, though. I think because everybody literally has a video camera in their pocket with their cell phone. I think it's a little more common now.
A little bit more common, not quite as confused, and you can't get away with it.
Right, exactly.
They would not let us film at David Dobrik, and they were running around pushing people's cameras down and stuff. The one guy ran, and he was sticking cameras in the face. I didn't try to film it all until the end when it was over, but like during the show and stuff, they were running around trying to get people to stop. You can't stop at all, but...
And I think that's kind of ridiculous, especially being what they do, but I mean, I guess it's what they're asking. They don't want people to share the show because then maybe people won't go, which I think it's the opposite of that. I think people will go, but I guess.
Well, let's say, for instance, you and I took the show on the road and people were showing up. Would you care if they were just filming it all?
No.
It'd be nice if you guys enjoyed the show and watch, and that's what I liked about it. It's like we just watched it and enjoyed it, but we don't have that luxury anymore. Any concert video you see, anywhere you go, we were at a concert like a month or so ago at the House of Blues in Anaheim, and it's just a sea of cell phones. You know, at one point I was watching the guys filming because I could see better than seeing way over there at the band. So I think you just got to give up. I think you just got to give up on it.
Well, even VidSummit, I mean, I know a lot of people film at VidSummit because they use it, but I noticed that a lot there, too, that a lot of people would just sit and hold their phones and film the entire things. And it was like, wow.
Like, that's
did you listen to any of it?
Yeah, could you absorb it now? Because you're probably not going to go back. Well, you might.
Like, I understand getting the clips because you're putting together a video because you were there, but when you're actually filming the entire thing, that's a little bit much. A little bit much.
That is a little bit crazy. I'd like to think if I had some sort of success, I would have an app for the live, So we could have different lights or different filters, or maybe I'd have a filter that made me look better on stage. It's like, oh, look, if you guys are gonna show up, at least get the Dan. At least get the Dan app. Only available on iOS systems. I'm sorry, Android may be coming soon. Coming soon to the Google Store. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, it would just be this app, and like it would help out a little bit.
Nobody would use it.
It'd have 5 stars.
It'd have 5 stars.
I will say, okay, here we go.
We'd call it the Apple Juice app.
So I was on the Apple Juice app the other day trying to see how our podcast is, because I forget that like we push it to Podbean, and Podbean automatically distributes it to like Spotify and the Google Play Store and the iTunes, but each one on there has their own ecosystem with comments and reviews and stuff. So I was looking at the one the other day, and we had for a while there, we had a lot of reviews on the Apple Store and like a 5.0 like rating, and then it went down a little bit, and I'm like, why did we get like a 1-star review? And I just scroll down to read it. I get to it, and he's like, it's like, they're just so boring, and I know I love her dog videos, and I love Jess, but like, the podcast is just so boring. And I'm like, oh, so like, it was like, oh, so I fell down to the ground. I'm like, it's the big one. It's the big one. I'm like, he's right. And then I was like,
right.
I don't know. I mean, that's it. It's over. User, he still has the silhouette for his name. Oh. It's just an apple. You know how like they had like it's like the egg. It's just the apple. And I'm like, no. So yeah. Other than that, everybody loves it so far. So I do like that, and it wasn't even a bad thing. Like I only brought it up because it was funny, because they said we were boring. This isn't boring. It's the best podcast. He's wrong. Take that, Joe Rogan. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, people on our back. Hey, F them. The pod isn't for everyone. No, I was just joking. I mean, the review was there, but no, I was just joking.
So what Dan is really saying is, if you have an Apple Juice phone, you need to go to, what is it, iTunes, and rate our podcast.
Yes. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Like and subscribe, please. But yeah, other than that, everything's been on the up, and that's good. And we appreciate all you guys too. We appreciate you guys, and you guys listening. If it wasn't for you guys, then we would just go back to talking on the phones and doing this on the telephone instead of here with you guys. Right. Well, it's fun to listen to you. Thank you. So we've been on here for right around an hour.
Is it 8 o'clock already?
It's 5:06 here. It's 5 o'clock, right? I turned off the hockey game. You guys were quick to tell me that the Penguins were losing. Did they come back to win? Can we get a score update, please?
We have a game. There's a game right now.
Johnston said, that was a good Napoleon Dynamite impression. Oh, could you bring me my chapstick?
They lost 4-1.
Ouch. Well, the good news, though, is the Canadians look pretty good today in the Junior World Championships, and since your team's in last place, you'll get more ping pong balls than the other teams that finish ahead of you. So in the draft, you have a better chance to pick in one of these kids, and in 5 more years after he comes out of the juniors and development camp, he might actually do well for your team, or you guys will probably trade him for a rental just to keep making the playoffs. So
the USA team with the girls' USA team or whatever it was, with the girl that was from here in Alpena, I guess they won. And then, like, the town made a really big deal about it. Today she was back home, and she was at our arena, and they're like, she's here, she's at the arena, and she's signing autographs.
Oh, that's cool. I watch a lot of the women's Olympic teams. I watch a lot of the women's traveling teams. Their style of hockey was more of the style of hockey that I grew up playing. You don't just grow up in full Czech leagues where we're just annihilating each other and hitting each other. A lot of it's more finesse. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I got 2 here. A lot of it's more finesse. A lot of it's more playing angles and stuff like that. And it's good hockey. And it's been a few Olympics. I would get up at different times depending on where the Winter Olympics are at. Sometimes it's 5 a.m. Sometimes it'd be 9 o'clock at work, and I would just have the laptop there and I'd watch all the time. And I really enjoyed it. I really loved Hillary Knight. Amanda Kessel was rad too, because Phil Kessel obviously was on our team and his sister tore it up. So I watched a lot of women's hockey. It was really good.
I thought it was really neat that she was there, and that she got to go there, and it was like, oh, this little girl from Alpena is playing and gets to be out there doing that. So, and of course, like, it's Michigan, but we're a hockey town. Like, even like high school hockey here is huge because everybody goes to the hockey games and stuff. So it was kind of neat. Gentry, I can't remember what her first name is. Her last name is Gentry.
Did we have a chance to go see hockey when we were there? Like, there was a local hockey team that we could have...
I don't think they were playing yet when you were here. We have a local hockey team. We have high school hockey, and then there's a team that plays at Northern Lights Arena. It used to be the Ice Diggers. Jamie and I used to go watch every single Ice Diggers game. I even have a cowbell where the entire team signed my cowbell. We would take the cowbell whenever we would go to the games and just rattle it like crazy. Like,
everybody had cowbell, like it was cowbell night?
A lot of people had cowbells just so you could make a lot of noise whenever we scored. Like, it was super fun. We went to just about every single Ice Diggers game, and then we lost the team. We lost the team because they didn't have, what was it? I don't remember if it was the coach. Something drama happened, and it was like, if this doesn't happen, we're gonna lose the team. And then we lost the team, and I actually think they're in Ohio now.
Oh, dang. We have a local baseball team out here, the Jayhawks, and like that's our minor league team for like the Seattle Mariners or something like that. And it's a really big arena, or everybody goes, whether you like baseball or not. You get tickets and you go. Just like it's something to do. It's minor league, but like there's announcers. You can still get a hot dog and a beer, and you feel like you've gone. I don't want to drive 2 hours to Dodger Stadium, so you'd go and you'd have fun. You'd stay for a few innings because the tickets are $5 or $10. But I think baseball said they were doing some cutbacks, and I think they're taking away that team. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I always wish when I drive by, one of my 3 wishes with my monkey paw was going to be, my hands look like a monkey paw already. That's already half depleted. Somebody wished badly twice. And I always wish that it was a minor league hockey team. I'd have season tickets. I'd be that guy.
That's funny. It looks like, what does it say here? The Ice Diggers are now in Texas. So if you want to see the hockey team we used to go see, they're a Tier 2 junior ice hockey team.
Oh, see, okay, that's pretty cool. You for those of you who don't know, you get drafted like, hey, I'm 18 years old, I'm coming out of college, you're gonna draft me to the NHL. You have 2 options. You go straight to the NHL, or most likely when you're under 20, you go play in juniors. You don't go play in the minor league teams until you're 20. You have to go to juniors and hang out at the junior championships, and you get to go play there, and you get to play with more people your age, so you're not just like playing with these NHL guys. Unless you're super good, then you wave off.
Right.
You go on waivers and you go straight to the NHL, and then you can play in the minors. So yeah, it's the kids that are going to be good in 5 years from now.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We always really enjoyed it, and then when we lost the team, it was just sad. It was like, oh well.
Saginaw Spirit here, is that a hockey team, Liz? Please tell me that's a hockey team.
I think it is, because they're
so
just
cool.
a little bit south of us.
Our college is in the Frozen Four a lot, and I think that's like Michigan, and where are the Bean teams from? Boston is one of them, and yeah, I know they have those tournaments and stuff like that. It's not really popular out here. You have to search for it. Like even today with the World Junior Championships, like if I didn't catch that Steve was watching it, I wouldn't have been able to like put it on and watch it because it's not really being promoted out here in California.
Right. Hockey's not their thing.
Hockey is not their thing. Yes. Okay, so we've been on an hour and 11 minutes. Let's wrap up, and maybe we'll do a little after show for like 10 minutes or so, and then we'll get out of here. Yes.
Okay.
So that'll do it for this live stream episode of the CCMouse podcast. You can listen to the audio version of us every Wednesday on your favorite music app. Interact with us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at CCMouse Podcast. Check out our merch at ccmousepodcast.shop. And we will see you guys next live stream on the CCMouse podcast. Bye.
Bye. Sort of, but not really. Hey, we did a thing.
We did a thing. At least I can clip that and then make that a thing.
Is that what you're gonna do?
I'm gonna keep track of it, because if we eventually do these regularly, like if we can set it up and do these regularly, then I would like to maybe have stuff that you don't have to see that there's like a 3-hour live stream.
Oh, right.
You know,
right.
like I'd like just to be able to snip an outro and then we can hang out. And then if I were to put this up as like a video, none of this part needs to go in at all. We could just hang out for a minute. I don't have to like keep trying to talk. I can stare at the chat for a second and like not have to do it.
Right.
Thanks for the show, guys. Yes, thanks to Husky Bunch. What's that?
I said next time I remember to correctly plug in my computer.
Yeah, this is kind of like a lot of this is good for us to try to work this out. You know,
well, especially if we're gonna start doing like video things.
Yes. This isn't our final form. There's a lot of wasted space here. A lot of wasted space right here.
Yeah.
We got to get bigger. You know, I was working on one of these things to get us bigger.
Go back to my camera. Look at. Make it bigger.
Oh.
Make it bigger. There's outside. There's chilling. now they're coming back inside. Well, we've probably got at least 2 inches of snow out there now.
Ooh, Christy says...
Jamie just let them out. I heard him. I heard the door. I'm like, oh, I gotta check to see if they're out there in the snow.
That's so cool that you have cameras all over your house. You don't have to do anything. You can just look on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really cool. Christy says, I just bought a CCMouse shirt. Thank you. Which one did you buy? We have Pod Squad shirts up there too now. Those
Post
are...
it on your Instagram or in the group.
Yeah, tag us. Tag us in your story and we'll what do you call that? We'll re-story you? I'll tell that story again to somebody else.
Regram it?
I'll regram it.
I'll
regram it. I did one the other day, and it was the DVD head. Did you see me floating around on that DVD thing? But it didn't hit the corner. I was waiting to see if it hit the corner or not, and it didn't hit the corner. Send the snow.
Reshare?
Reshare, repost. My poor Patriots lost. I did watch that game yesterday. It sucked that like Brady threw like the worst interception on probably the last play of his career, and then he slammed his helmet on the ground. It's like, it's cool, dude. You're still married to a bunch of something.
Yeah.
A bunch of gazelles.
At least you don't play for the Lions.
Yeah. Do you play Smash? I do not play Smash. Sorry. Zach says, regram, repost, reshare. It's all the same thing. Yes.
Yes.
He's still the GOAT. I don't like GOAT.
No?
I don't mind it and I get it, but like, no. I wish it was any other animal than GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Goats are awesome.
Haha, Patriots are cheaters. Aw,
have you ever interacted with a goat in person?
At the petting zoo, and I had a empty ice cream cone, and I put a quarter in a dispenser, and it dispensed me out not candy but the feed, and then it just like fail armied it out of my hand. I want to see the goats that fall over. You know,
fainting
like,
goats?
Yeah, we just want to see the fainting goats.
Right.
You're on my Switch friends list, Dan. I just noticed. Well, that's because you added me. We get on the...
We should play some Mario Kart tonight.
We play Mario Kart. We can probably play some Mario Kart. Let me see. Hey, you up for some Mario Kart? Yeah, we could play some... We could definitely play some Mario Kart.
Yeah, I gotta eat some cake first.
My Life So Far says, I love my CCMouse podcast t-shirt. The most comfortable shirt I own. Wow. Until I say something to make you mad, and then you'll never wear that shirt again. So that's up to us, whether we want to make this the most comfortable shirt for you or something that you're drying off the car with next time you decide to go out there and wash it by hand.
Yes, PJ, I remember the goats from the West Michigan Pet Expo. I think we're going back to the West Michigan Pet Expo this year as well.
Really?
I don't know. I think so. The West Michigan Pet Expo, the Toronto Pet Expo, and the Atlanta, Georgia Pet Expo all fall in the same month. So we'll see. I don't know. We haven't figured out which ones we're going yet. That's kind of my job for the next month, is to figure out what's the first expo we're going to this year. I like the West Michigan Pet Expo because they don't allow other dogs there, other animals there, so it's like really chill. I don't feel like I'm constantly watching other people's dogs, but at the same time, I miss meeting everybody else's dogs.
Right.
So
yeah.
Like, I like it, but.
But you gotta go see your pals.
Yeah. But see, West Michigan Pet Expo, it's not that far from the Novi Pet Expo. It's just like one's on this side of the state, one's on this side of the state. Pretty much like that. One's here, one's here.
I wish my state was a body part or something good. Okay, I live here. Hold on. Let me try to show you where I'm trying to go on vacation next week. Right. Oh my gosh.
You can't make your state.
No, I can't.
I guess for you guys it would be this way, right?
It's gang sign. I think we're LA. We're like, that's. I think it's that. Wait, I misspelled it. Oh my gosh, I even misspelled ALA with my hands. Oh my gosh, Megan said it was fun playing with you guys on New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'll post in the Switches Get Stitches group if we're gonna play. Like, I'll post on there and then we can multiplayer and play and stuff in a little bit. I'll probably want to shove more ramen in my mouth and sweat for a minute, and then you'll shove more cake in your mouth and we can play it a little while.
I made lemon rice soup, and it was probably the best I've ever made. And I've made it a lot of times, but today I was really hungry. It was really good.
When you say that, what do I eat? Am I just eating rice grains, or is there chunks of anything else in there?
There's chicken. It's chicken broth so you take chicken broth and rice, and you make your rice in the chicken broth instead of in just water. And then you take, well, I only made a little bit. So you take 2 eggs, but you separate the egg whites from the yellows. And then you have to take the egg whites like you're making meringue, and you have to whip them until they're all like foamy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take the yellows and you put them back in there, and then you whip those till they're like foamy. And then you take your lemon juice from 2 lemons and you put that in there, and you whip that until it's all foamy. And then when your chicken broth and your rice comes to a boil, you gotta like slowly pour it in so the eggs don't burn. But that's what makes it nice and thick. And then you throw chicken in it, and then it's lemon rice soup.
That sounds good.
It's my favorite soup. Probably because it's just so basic, but it's lemons. I don't know. It's my favorite soup. A lot of people think it sounds horrible because they're like, why would you put lemons in soup? But you really have to try it. It's really good.
No, I would try it. I love that citrusy type thing. I don't question anything anymore with it, especially when you get older. Like, I don't question when you're like, oh no, it's good, try it, or this is what's in it. You just eat like it's gonna be good. Don't worry about the ingredients. If somebody's making it, it's probably gonna be good.
Unless you're Jamie on the dog's live stream and he tries the chocolate. Were you watching when he did that?
I was there for like, I think just about all of it, like 95% of it. At one point I went cross-eyed because your chat was going so fast and I was trying to moderate it, and I was going up there, and it was like playing God. I'm like, you get to live and your comment's dead and your comment gets to go, but your comment was like this comment. I was doing the math in my head. I was like, well, how do I equal that if that comment's about equal? So maybe I was there the whole time. I don't know. No, what was this in the very beginning?
It was when we were opening the boxes. We got a box with
you had candy and you flipped something. You threw something at her.
I gave him, I don't remember what it was, but then I gave him, like, there was like a chocolate bar, and he's like, I want to try this. And it was dark chocolate. I believe it was like 85% dark chocolate. So he opened it and he tried it. The look at his face, I couldn't stop laughing.
Does he just hate dark chocolate?
He doesn't. It's very bitter.
It is.
A lot of people think it's very bitter. So, yeah, I don't know.
It is. One time I tried baker's chocolate, I think it's called, like you cook with.
Yeah.
And that was like a lie. It was a punishment. It's like, if you ever want to show somebody, if you never want somebody to eat chocolate ever, just the first time you give them chocolate, just give them baker's chocolate, because they're never going to want to eat chocolate again. It was boring. It was like unflavored.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I hear more sirens.
Dun, 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 dun. The live show chat was frustrating. So many. You know what though, guys? Like, when you're watching a live stream, it's not your job to watch the chat. You're supposed to be watching the people on the live stream. There's this really cool button down here where you just hit hide chat, and you don't have to watch the chat.
Yeah.
Not you, Dan. You had to.
I had to watch the chat, but here's the thing: like, people would say stuff, but it would go by so fast. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not even worth it.
Just don't worry about it. You're lucky, you older people, that you didn't grow up with this stuff when you were 13, 12, 11, 9. Oh my gosh, the stuff that came out of my mouth, the stuff I said, all recorded for everybody now. You can't.
Right?
There forever. That's the stuff they said is embedded in your live stream forever. I was a fool when I was younger, so I get it. So a lot of the stuff I just let go. I wasn't bouncing every comment, but when it got repetitious and stuff like that, I was just kind of like, hey, like click, 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 or
That's why I turned the slow chat on. I have the slow chat set to 10 seconds on mine, so people can't like repeatedly just say the same thing over and over and over and over and over. They still, at the end of 10 seconds, you'll notice they're like, "There's my 10 seconds. I'll say the same thing. I'll say the same thing." So but like I said, I had you and Jamie on the computer, so I really didn't even pay attention to it. I had my computer open, and I had the window open with the super chats because I wanted to make sure not to miss those. So I had that open so I could see those, and that's where I would look over every once in a while, and if I saw a new one, I would respond to that because that kind of made it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's not easy, people.
PJ wants to know what was in my Meyer cup the other night. Oh, I must have missed that when you asked it. It was cherry Coke. From Meyer.
pop from Meyer. But it's not easy. There's a lot of juggling. And don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to read everybody's names. Don't forget to do all the things. Don't forget that people think that you not liking glitter means you really like glitter. And so you have to do all the things. So it's hard. Even now, like one eye, this eye is my good eye, and that eye is trying to watch the chat, and then I'm trying to watch you, even though it would be more efficient just to watch them this way. And so
it's hard because you want to look at the camera, but at the same time, it's like you're constantly looking down.
Yes.
And I think the thing that's hard is like, especially when I know, like when I do live streams and stuff, I don't want to miss what people are saying. So, because I feel like it's so hard because I want to try to acknowledge people, but at the same time, I can't acknowledge everybody. So then you're like trying to acknowledge people. So you'll answer one person, then the next person's mad because you didn't answer them. And if you start overthinking that and over focusing on the fact, I mean, realistically, you can't answer everybody's questions. It's impossible. But some people just don't understand that. Like they feel like they're there and their questions should be answered. So it's such a hard thing to juggle. Like, which questions do you answer? Do you say the name when you answer the question? Do you just answer the question? Like, it is very difficult. I feel like the stream we did the other day on the Dogs channel went over really well. We're actually doing another one, probably not Tuesday. They're supposed to fix my tooth Tuesday, so I don't want to live stream with a swollen face. Maybe Wednesday. But we have to do another one because we have all of the stuff that was sent to the Snow Dogs Vlogs channel. I have to open all that stuff now.
Wow, and you opened that up on Snow Dogs Vlogs page?
I have to do, because I got a whole nother set of stuff. I have another box of cards and boxes and packages that were sent to Jamie and I on the Snow Dogs Vlogs. And I keep them separate because some people will send it to that one because that chat's not as crazy and that live stream's not as crazy, and I can kind of like this. We can do a little bit more interaction, where like on the Dogs channel, you saw it, it's just crazy.
yeah, and then it trickles down so people can get more visibility here. That's why we need to have another podcast about this podcast where we even get a micro sample of people. And then, yes, we need a podcast about the podcast. That used to happen when we used to do stream.tv stuff. There would be an after show of the shows that they would do on there, and we would just go and talk about the shows, and that's how we all hung out and stuff.
I was talking to somebody the other day about the YouTube channel that I've been, and everybody else knows that not everybody else, but our little circle of like VidSummit friends all know the channel that VidSummit and VidCon friends that I've been wanting to start for years and years, and I just keep putting it off. I was talking to another friend of mine about it the other day, and she goes, just make it a podcast. It's so much easier. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not any easier. I don't think the podcast is easier than doing video. Maybe. I don't think it takes you less time to edit than it does me.
Oh, gosh, no.
It takes you more time to edit than it does me.
Yeah, the New Year's episode took me 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and it doesn't take me that long to edit a video, so I'm like, I don't think a podcast, like, if I do it, it would be neat to have, because of what I'll be talking about, to have a version that could just go straight to podcast as well, like to be able to like run a different intro, do the audio from the video, split it off to a podcast. That might be interesting, but I got to figure out a format first. But that's not going to be any easier. It's not going to be, no.
Yeah, it's not. Even tomorrow, we'll record an episode probably tomorrow for Wednesday. And after I record it, it'll take us 2 hours to record an hour because we'll sit there and yap for an hour before we record.
Right.
And then afterwards, I will spend just as many hours. I will spend 2 more hours hacking it up, taking things out, like making it sound better, putting it up there, putting the notes in there, scheduling it. So, it takes a lot longer than that. When I edit a video, it's like I'm playing a piano at this point. It's just exactly. And it helps when it's your own stuff because you shot it, so there, and that last 10 seconds you didn't say anything, and there's the punchlines right there. So it's music,
Right.
So yeah, it is hard. That's why I like Dan's live stream so much, because it's so small. He's got nobody, literally nobody watches his stuff, that I love it, so I can watch and hang out. Like, it's almost like I'm the only one watching. Thanks.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding, Brianna.
What did Zach say? Which month is less busy for you? There's 2 pet expos on the Atlantic coast that I could put your name in for. November or June? Oh my gosh, I have no idea. November's usually crazy because November we usually go to Toronto and we go to Novi. Novi and the Toronto Christmas Pet Expo are in November. So I have no idea. June they want us to come to Chicago. but I don't know if we're gonna go.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yet. Yeah, Chicago's. I'd like to go back, sort of. I kind of want to go, but I don't know. Why can't they have them in like fun little cities in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, somewhere pretty like Alpena.
Yeah, Chicago's kind of cool. Like we went to Chicago before, but it's a very big city, and it's so city all the way around, and the traffic is crazy. And Chicago traffic is probably almost as bad as New York traffic, realistically. Like getting in and out of there, not like the actual inside the city, but getting into the city is kind of insane. So
yeah, it like files, and even LA, you come from all different angles, but Chicago's at the edge, so you can only like half of it's water, so you can't file in from the other side.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yes, I don't know.
Oh.
Are you officially done with VidCon? I have no idea.
Yep. That changes by the day.
I don't think I'm going to VidCon this year unless I get invited. That was the plan. I don't think I'm doing it this year.
Deanna says, what 2020 goals for your channels? Don't stop posting. I do have a vlog that's going to go up tomorrow. I have a vlog that's done and ready to go up on my RFSDan channel, so you guys will see that at like 5 in the morning. I did that this morning while I was live streaming on my Instagram, which I've been doing regularly lately. I sat there and I hacked it up. Right. And I edited it. You guys could see all the creative ways that I tried to get rid of my Christmas tree. That's pretty much took up the majority of the vlog, is me trying to shove a tree into a trash can and trying to figure out how to buy content out of that.
I don't know what my goals for my channels are. I have no idea. I have stuff I need to get done. I almost activated memberships on the dogs channel the other day, and I have everything ready. I was going to do it right before the live stream, and I went to hit publish, and I just sat there. And I'm like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to have another thing where people can give me pennies and dollars to have emojis? And I don't know. Do people want this? Do they not want this? Like, I have a Patreon, and I love it. And I'm not that great at it, but the people that are on there are amazing. And like, I don't like that the YouTube memberships don't allow me to just take my Patreon stuff and copy it over there, so that no matter which one you're on, you're getting the same benefits. I don't like that. I wish YouTube and Patreon would just be friends.
That would be a lot easier. Okay, so help me out. Walk me through this. So the memberships on the YouTube group go active, right? Then what, like...
You get like...
What do I get?
You get a badge that says you've been a member. Like when you first sign up, you get a little badge that shows up next to your name. It's like a custom badge. Like the ones on the dogs channel I have set up to be different colored snowflakes. So you get like a silver snowflake that'll show up next to your name when you've been a member for a month. And then once you've been a member for like 6 months, the snowflake changes colors. So the longer you've been a member, not a subscriber, the longer you've given the $5 a month, the different colors will change. And then you also get like custom emojis that you can use in the comments and in the chat.
Okay.
So like you can put a little thing in, and I had like a couple huskies that I had made, and I was gonna put them in there. And I just don't know. I don't like that YouTube takes like 35%. Patreon takes a lot less. I feel like it's just one more way for YouTube to be like, get people to spend money and give to us, like to YouTube. And I don't like that. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I messed up. This is on the YouTube page?
Yeah.
This isn't the Facebook creator group. This is your YouTube page.
This is the YouTube
Yes,
page.
heck yeah. That is so fun. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in for that.
It's fun, and I like it.
But how many times do I have to swipe my credit card to do something in your honor instead of having everything in one
space? That's where like I have my fight with it. Like,
right.
Because I already have people that are patrons of mine, kind of like we do for the podcast. Podcast has patrons as well. So it's like, I just feel bad. You know, if you give me $5 on Patreon, you get this reward. If you give me $5 on YouTube, it's a different reward.
Right.
I wish they could just be the same.
Yes, and that's a
like
product.
On YouTube, I can't get addresses. So like on the Dogs Patreon, I believe it's the $25 a month tier. I don't know, because I'm working on redoing a lot of those. You get like, I send out 4x6 cards, photo cards of the dogs, and you get like I don't remember what it is. Like usually I sent out like 4, and then there's one tier higher than that where you get the photos plus you get like a letter from us. And I can't take addresses on YouTube because of the COPA thing. So YouTube won't allow you to get people's addresses. So you can give me $20 on the YouTube thing, and you get some of the bonuses that are the same as Patreon, but you don't get the photos because I can't get your address. So I, no joke, sat yesterday, worked on the whole thing, wrote it all up, made a video explaining what it was. So like when you would click the join button, it'll explain to you what join means. And I almost activated it. And then I just, and I don't do this often, and you know that. It was like something in the back of my brain was like, wait a minute, is this the right thing to do? Is this really what you want to do? And then it became the join button shows up right next to the subscribe button. Are people not going to hit subscribe because they're going to think they have to pay to subscribe to your channel? And if I'm thinking that and I know how YouTube works, it's probably not something I should turn on.
Maybe it's one of those.
The buttons are right next to each other. If you were on a website and pretend you weren't a YouTuber,
right.
You were on a website and there's a button that says join and subscribe. And you click the join button and a little thing pops up and it gives you all these money things and a video pops up and it's like, oh, if you join our channel, you get all these perks. Are you really going to close that and then hit the subscribe button as well? They're right next to each other. You're going to think that hitting join makes you subscribe. You're not going to realize those are two separate buttons.
Okay, that makes sense. And a lot of this is a byproduct of this being so new, where it's the new frontier. This is all new of ways of creators taking money of television channels independently having separate subscription services. We're just new. They'll figure it out eventually. Eventually they'll be payu.com and everything's just linked to there and stuff like that. And it's hard. And until then, we're all just beta testers and
it's
guinea
all in
pigs.
Beta right now. And I love the idea of the custom emojis.
Yeah,
I
that's
really do.
great.
I think that's so fun, but I don't know that I like it enough to activate that and take that chance that it's going to confuse my audience or confuse a new audience. Because if it confuses me, and I've been using the site for 10 years, and I'm maybe 40 years old, but I know what I'm doing. Like, and if in my brain I look at how it's all laid out and I see the confusion in it, I think it would be a little bit too much for my audience.
Okay, two things.
Not my audience, my audience, my potential audience.
First thing is, though,
I would rather send people to Patreon.
Right. You are 40, so yes, you are. And maybe after somebody else big does it for a while and everybody's used to it.
There's a lot of big creators that are doing it.
So after everybody's used to it, maybe then it will be easier for you to do it?
I don't think so. I don't know. I really don't know. Because there are a lot of big people like Keatcraft, and a lot of gamers are doing it. So there are a lot of people doing it. I think gamers can get away with it because it makes sense because it's very similar to the way Twitch subscriptions work.
Okay.
So I think that the gamers are able to get away with it because people kind of understand it because that's kind of how Twitch works. You can subscribe on Twitch and pay the money and blah, blah, or you can follow on Twitch. Those are two different things.
Right.
So I feel like sometimes that works, but I don't like the confusion that it causes. I don't like that when you think you're giving our channel $5 a month, you're not. You're only giving us 70% of that. And the rest of it's going to YouTube. So it's like, I feel like it takes advantage. I feel like YouTube uses it to take advantage of my audience. They're promoting this tool for me to use, trying to tell me how great it is so that they can take their 30%. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I thought about it a lot yesterday.
Yeah, because
could have made a whole video on it. Like,
the other alternative is just giving your PayPal address out. But then it feels like you're begging.
A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people do that. They call it tips. You want to give me tips? You can just PayPal it to me, which, whatever. That's kind of what Patreon is. But I like Patreon because I can actually interact with people on there.
Right.
Oh, and that's the other thing. The benefits that you can give through the YouTube membership system, like if I want to post photos that only members can see, it shows up on the community page. How many people watching right now have any idea what the community page on a YouTube channel is?
Until you explained it to me at Vid Summit, I had no idea that was out there. Not only that, I had no idea that you were posting on my community page for me. Thank you.
Right?
Because I had no idea. And why people are answering that, My Life So Far said, there's no link to the Patreon on the CCMouse podcast page. I want to redo it. I want it to be one tier, one flat fee. You get everything. Right now on the CCMouse podcast Patreon, though, we do have the Vid Summit video up there before it gets public to everybody else. That's up there right now. That went up there, I think, yesterday. So you guys can go see that.
We could easily do the Patreon one tier.
I just want one tier, one price, $1, $5. I don't even care. I post stuff there when I want to. You guys can come see it and your support the show, and I appreciate that. One thing we do though is I went too big on it. I don't know. It was fun. I had all these great tiers and all this imagination, but we should probably slim it down to something a little more realistic.
And that's a big thing when it comes to Patreon. It has to be something that you can actually like accomplish. So it looks like some of the people know what the community page is. Basically, no one uses a community page. A lot of people don't use it. I've seen it.
How long has it been out for?
Just never fill with anything.
It's been out for like a year or so, year and a half.
The community thing?
Yeah. I found out about it a few months ago.
The more exclusive stuff you do on Patreon, the more attractive it is. Yes. And that's the big thing. Like, you know, especially like the Patreon one and the one I have for the dogs. Like, I have a new scheduling book this year so that I can hopefully like do a little bit more with it.
Man, you should have the bedroom tour Patreon tier. You know how much people would donate to see just like a bedroom tour of just like anything that's beyond that wall that you never go past. There's like a whole section of the house that you're never.
That's on the blog a lot. When I send the dogs to bed, they go in there and jump on the bed because it's always when I get the comments of, "You have a water bed?"
Oh my gosh, we haven't seen that since the 70s.
You have a water bed?
Do you have one of those things that just go like this and it looks like the ocean?
You know, I have the waterbed, but you know what I don't have? I don't have the monkey. Do you remember the monkey?
With the symbols? Yeah.
So when I was little, my mom and dad had the waterbed, and they had the big thing, and it was just, I never went in my parents' bedroom because you'd open up the door, and there was that monkey, and he sat right at the top of their bed, and he was the scariest thing in the world.
That is creepy. That is creepy. No, thank you. Do you have? Creepy. Becky says, "Do you still have it, or do you have the new bed? I still have a
waterbed.
You still have a waterbed?
We just bought a new We bought a new mattress. I bought a waveless mattress for the waterbed.
Is it hooked up?
No. I bought it.
You own it.
I own it.
Oh yeah, that guy's creepy. Look at his mouth, and look at his sunken-in eye. He looks like something out of Five Nights at Freddy's.
And his eyes would pop out when you would put the big old D batteries in him. Batteries in him, and he would clap, and his eyeballs would pop out.
Aaron says, "I miss my waterbed. My parents had a waterbed, just the one with the big fat water balloon and sides on it, and I'd go lay on it, and they'd get mad. I'd slosh around, and they'd be coming out to puncture it, and I'd go slide in the corner, like up against the bumpers. It had bumpers like a pool table on it. I bet it'd be funny to see Kira's reaction to the monkey toy. She'd probably just rip it up.
That monkey's creepy. I don't have one of those. I think my mom and dad still have theirs, though. I don't know if it still works, but I do think they still have it. The monkey. Creepy monkey. No, I bought a 4-inch pillow top mattress cover because I have a 1-inch now. So I bought a big 4-inch pillow top mattress cover and a 98% waveless waterbed mattress. Because Jamie's been having a hard time sleeping. And we're like, well, we could always just... The plan was we'll switch out the mattress. If we don't like it, we'll just switch it back. But we wanted the new pillow top mattress regardless because those are really nice on a waterbed. So we figured we'd just switch out the bladder and see if it helps at all.
Right.
But we haven't done it yet. It's sitting up there somewhere.
We got one of those beds from online.
It was the holidays, and we were doing all the Christmas card stuff. There was like so much going on, and I have the spare bedroom like a disaster. You can't even get in there. I'm like, let me get this room back to normal, which should be done after we do that other live stream, and then we can tear apart another room, and then we can tear apart this room, and then it'll be summer. Right.
Yep. And then you'll go traveling again. We had a waterbed from 95 to 2004. Holy cow! You like raised a waterbed. You raise it from a water balloon all the way to a bed. What was the fate of it? It just like pops. It's tragic. Have you ever had any leaks or anything in your waterbed? Do you like patch it or something?
When we lived at the house on First, we had one of the seams, I think it was actually a seam leak on the end of the bed there was a little tiny hole, but we caught it right away and we just patched it. It doesn't really happen as often as people think. But like I said, we have a pillow top mattress cover, so I have a thick cover on top of, and then there's there's sheets and blankets and all that on top of it. So I don't know water.
What else? Do you have to put water in there? Can we put something else in there? Can we put beer in there? What if we put beer in there and I'm like, my back's sore.
Let's put helium in
I want my back to be stiffer, and I could just shake the bed and it would foam up and it would just get like stiffer.
I don't know.
We should put helium. We could put helium in there.
Jello.
Oh, that would be so rad. I'd be sitting there and I'd be watching like TV and I'd be flipping through there all gluttonous, and I'd just reach into because it has like a hole, right? Like I could just reach into the hole.
Well, you can't. Yeah, Dan. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean we could fill it up with like crackers. That would be great. Pudding, yes, pudding. Come on, what other outlandish things can we put in there?
M&Ms.
M&Ms, only if they're peanut M&Ms.
Orbeez.
Ew, because I'd want to eat Orbeez. That's the thing. I don't want to swallow Orbeez, but I want to put Orbeez in my mouth and like just like chew on them.
That's a bad idea.
I've never touched an Orbeez, but
they're non-toxic.
Cheez-Its,
okay.
maybe
Skittles?
Marshmallows, Skittles. Oh, as long as they're not those bad tasting Skittles. Man, Jello would be great.
Zombie Skittles.
Will you have a filming room, Jess?
Will I have a filming room?
Maybe that office.
I don't know. That's kind of what we were moving stuff around for. Like, we were gonna do this, but now I think we're swapping, and I think Jamie's gonna get this room, and I'm gonna get the office, because there's more light up there. But we haven't decided yet. I don't know. We've gone back and forth where, like, because, like, I work out in the living room 99% of the time, and he does all his stuff back in the office. So we've kind of talked about swapping, and he's like, but if I move downstairs, it'll be funny because you're still not even going to go in the office. I'm like, I mean, I will. I just probably still won't do most of my work back there. So then maybe we shouldn't do this, but at the same time, maybe we should do this. And I don't know. We could move it all, and then in a month, we might move it all back. We don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I've taken this computer you guys have seen around my whole house in the last month. it just moves all around.
It'll be interesting. I'm working with a company you guys will see in a future video. I'm working with a company that's getting some stuff for us for the office, which will be nice and would work out really well if I started filming back there. So we'll be taking the giant beanbag chair out of there and probably moving it down here. But
that giant beanbag is ridiculous.
I have another one that's 8 feet in diameter in a box down here.
Holy cow. They
gave me this huge one, and I kind of told them, I'm like, I don't even have anywhere in my house where I can put this.
And the factory's like, neither do we.
They're like, here you go, you can have it. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. They actually did that company shifted around a bunch of stuff, and now the people that I worked with aren't there anymore, which is really sad.
Oh, that's
Same
sad.
thing with Cuddle Clones. I've worked with Cuddle Clones for years, and I just got an email from them on Monday, and they're like, we're ending our affiliate program.
Oof.
I'm like, oh,
that's not
really?
good.
And they're like, yeah, it just costs us too much, and because the coupons get shared all over the place, and then anybody can use the coupons. Because it used to be like, now it's honey with the
right, which is
honey.
crazy.
Yeah. So at the end of this month, my Cuddle Clones coupons won't work anymore. They're gonna end it at the end of the month, and they're ending the affiliate program. So, which is sad because I mean. They're a great company. They've been amazing. They've sent us a lot of stuff. I really like working with them. I'm not knocking the company. If you guys want to buy stuff from them, you totally still should.
Yeah, hurry and use the code.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you buy it before the end of January, you'll get 10% off using the code GTTSD10
yes.
from cuddleclones.com. But that is only going to work till the end of the month. But yeah, it was just, I get it. They had the program working a certain way, and then they decided that because the codes are getting shared everywhere. They had to change my code once because my code got shared on one of those code sharing sites, and then I had a massive amount of sales, which technically weren't coming from my audience. So it was like, well, technically we owe you this much money for your affiliate marketing, but in reality, you didn't really bring us that much money. It was because your code got shared on one of these code sharing sites. So
like that back end's not your problem. That's not.
No.
That's
No. And they were
not your
really
problems.
cool about it. Like it was fine. Like I said, they are really awesome people. I have watched that company grow so much from when we first started working to them to what they are now, and I'm so happy for them, and I'm so happy for what they've become. Like I still really, really support them, and I really like what they do. So I don't want people to think that's, that I don't hate them or anything like that. But yeah, it was kind of sad. And I reached out to him and I'm like, what if you switch to an affiliate program where you are forced to use a link? Like when I first started with Into the AM, you used to be able to go to intotheam.com, buy whatever you wanted, and just put in the code Snowdogs Vlogs. That would work. You can't do that anymore. Now you have to click the link. If you don't click the affiliate link, the code doesn't work.
Right.
And that's how they get around the apps, like the browser plugins like Honey. That's how they get around them.
And they're gonna
They've
have
kind
to.
of switched to that.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah, because apps like the apps like Honey and stuff like that, they hurt affiliates.
So we shouldn't use it.
I'm not saying you shouldn't use it. I still use it. I think it's great, but it's a double-edged sword. I mean, it really is.
Morgan's got a point. It's $250 for one. Of course, everybody's gonna Google a coupon code. Sure, and we're into that generation where like we know to Google everything. Yeah. Oh yeah. So they just need to rethink what they're gonna do.
Yeah, and they're $200. I had a lot of people when we first started doing it that was their big thing. They're like, they're $250. Yeah, but you're getting like what you're getting, and I don't think a lot of people know, but what you're getting is actually 100% handmade. It's not like they take a stuffed animal that looks like your dog and then paint it. They, from the ground up, they take the insides, they take everything, and they build it to look like your pet. That's why none of them are the same size, and they're all different shapes.
Yeah, they're all one-offs.
They start, and they start it, and they start the process, and they build it, and they have to sculpt those faces out of the it's like a foam.
Right.
They have to sculpt it, and then they have to put the fur on it, and then they paint everything. They use the paints, and they paint all the furs and actually make it so it's a process. It's time consuming, and that's the reason why they cost so much. You're basically getting a 100% custom work of art. And $250 for a custom work of art that looks like your dog that's this big, or your cat, or your rabbit, or your whatever.
Oh yeah. It's a special one-off. It's a special one-off thing.
Yeah. I always thought they were really worth it. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money, but I like mine. I might get a new one of Shelby done. I'm going to see if they might give me a new one of Shelby.
Well, Cuddle Clones, I know you guys are watching.
Right.
Could you look into doing humans? Because I know you guys don't do humans now. Like, I can't get a Cuddle Clone of Dan. But if you do those, like, naked cats, the ones that have no hair, can't you just stretch a mohawk into one and make a Dan, please? Coupon code RFS Dan. I would love one of me.
Oh, Morgan, you have 3 of them? That's so cool. I mean, it's not cool because it's sad because I know why you have 3 of them, but...
Really, Morgan? Do you really have 3? Oh, yeah, that's right, because you have one of Tiger. Oh, but Tiger was like 20 years old. That's right. Well, if you need another one before the end of January, you can use coupon code GTTS to save 10% off your Cuddle Clones.
GTTSD10. It used to just be GTTSD, but that was the one that ended up getting leaked.
I want one.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer to get that at the beginning of the year. It was like, oh, well that's... And it's not like I made a ton of money from the affiliate sales from them, but it was like every month I would get, a little check from them, and it was like, that's kind of cool. It's kind of neat that we have this, and because I have so many videos, it's that, what do they call it? I had the word and it's gone. The income that just rolls in. It's not residual. I don't remember what it's called, but it's passive income.
Right.
Yep. It's like affiliate sales are a passive income. It's something when you put the link out there, it might get, 1 month you might make $5, the next month that you might make $100 because somebody saw it and shared it with somebody else and somebody else. So it was just a passive income thing.
Well, Morgan says, do a Build-A-Bear, Dan. I don't want to build a bear. I want to build a Dan. I would put you in Crystal's dress. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would definitely. I want a Muppet. I want and I've been wanting one for years. Like I want a Dan Muppet, so I could say like things that Dan wouldn't say, and I could be like, oh, like where'd that come from? I don't know. I blame it on the puppet.
Muppet.
Yeah, just blame it. Blame it on the Muppet. Okay, we're coming up. What time is it here? Let's see. We're coming up on 2 hours. Yes, we're coming up on 2 hours. We probably should wrap this up.
Yeah, somebody tell me what the Detroit Red Wings score is.
Oh, it's 38-0. Oh, wait, that's probably a football score. Or it could be your team's score.
Oh, we're winning?
Are you?
Yeah. 2-0.
Nice. Good job.
Against Chicago.
We lost today. Oh, yeah. They're down there by you guys, too. So that's good.
No,
So
they're really not.
Are they climbing?
We're 10, 29, and 3.
Woo.
And
Wow.
they're 18, 18, and 6.
Wow. Wow.
Now say that again. 10, 29, and 3.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for everybody that came to hang out with us. That was a lot of fun. There's still a lot of you guys left. You can go ahead and
keep saying that. Oh yeah, my Maleficent ears. I should take them off for a second. Show you guys real quick. I got these.
Those are awesome.
How do I do it? This way? Yeah, there we go. I got them at Disneyland. These were one of the ones I bought at Disneyland. It says Spellbound on the side of it.
I like those. It'd be cool if it lit up.
I bet I could make that happen. I almost wore the Sally ones, and I'm like, no, I want to wear these. These are cool.
Yeah, I like those.
I figured when we start doing like the streams and start recording it, I should just like have a collection of these, and I wear a different one each time instead of the spirit hoods.
Mm-hmm. I have spirit hoods. That's right. You sent me spirit hoods. I got some hanging up in my closet. It's warm though. It's summer. It's summer here, girl.
Summer.
It's summertime. It's summertime. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Follow us on social media. That's all I got. I already plugged everything, so we don't have to plug anything anymore. So.
On the platforms. Follow us on the platforms.
Thank you. And 7 more people showed up after we decided that we were going to say goodbye.
Oh, we could do this all day.
We could, and I could do it too all day. I could do it. But I have to go to the little streamers room, and then I need some food. So we'll end this. We'll do this again. Oh my gosh. Thank you. There's 100 of you left in here. Thank you, everybody that showed up. We don't
know when we're doing this next time, but we'll do it again.
It'll happen quick. It'll happen in a moment's notice. So we see you guys next week. No. We'll see you guys again before the end of 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, guys.